What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sean from Fish Tank Fetish. Today we're about to talk about my 150-gallon aquarium as usual. We'll do this one in a future video. We'll talk about my filtration, the fish, the substrate, the decor. So, come on, let's get into it. My 150 Frontosa tank. Right now I'm feeding them some imitation crab meat. I pretty much do that twice a week with some pellets, some flakes, some brine shrimp, and some thawed out, deveined raw shrimp. They tend to love that. In this tank, I have 7 adult Burundi Frontosa. I have 3 small babies that were left over from a few spawns. In my previous video, you can see me stripping Frontosa cichlids to get eggs, and putting them in an egg tumbler and putting them in a 60-gallon grow out tank. I really enjoy Frontosa because they are so regal and so cool and calm. Like, I have a lot of fish tanks, and this is my calmest fish tank. As you can see, I painted the background blue to kind of go along with that Lake Tanganyika vibe. And you see I got the Fieldstone in there, got some crushed coral in there to help raise the pH. I really was impressed by painting that background blue. I've never done it before. And I tried it. I've always hated blue backgrounds because it makes me feel like a pet shop, going to PetSmart or Petco or something and seeing a fish. But it really turned out nice for the Frontosa because they have that blue in them. Also in this tank, I have a bleekeri, or bleekeri, however you pronounce it. And a lot of people ask me, how does the bleekeri do with the Frontosas, as it's a more aggressive cichlid? And I have to say, it minds its business. It blends in real well with them. The spots are a good contrast to the stripes. And he just minds his business. He does the Frontosa don't mess with him, and he doesn't mess with the Frontosa. He is not in their pecking order whatsoever. Also, I have 4 clown loaches, and they're like my little cleanup crew. Clown loaches, they find every piece of food, every crumb, every drop, every flake. They don't miss a thing, and I love them for that. Also, they're a good contrast to a Frontosa. Pretty much stay in the center of the tank, and the clown loaches pretty much stay at the bottom. So I have the bottom and I have the center of the tank covered. Maybe I need to get an African arowana, just something to take over the top. But being that this is only a 4-foot aquarium, I wouldn't do it. Filter wise in this tank, I have 2 Fluval FX4s as my filters. They do a pretty decent job. It's overkill, and I like overkill, and it definitely does well. I used to keep a hang on the back filter on this tank, but I just wanted it to be a quiet tank, so I had to take that off. So the Fieldstone, I collected that from a stone yard, my local stone yard actually. Under the Fieldstone, I keep lighting diffuser to kind of balance out the weight, because some of those pieces are very, very heavy. Like, it was hard putting them in that fish tank, and with the 150 being pretty tall, I had to really be careful, really take my time. And that's why I use the lighting diffuser, because I heard that these 4-foot 150s, this brand, I believe is Top Fin or Marine Land, one of the two, they're not really great at the bottom holding up. So let's just cross our fingers. Hopefully I don't have an incident. But these Frontosa have spawned for me about 5 times. I've sold plenty of babies. I have some growing out. So these are my grow outs. I have them in a 60-gallon aquarium, and I pretty much tried to mimic my 150-gallon aquarium with this one, so that if I ever have to change them out, move one, quarantine one, when I bring them over to the 150, or if I ever do that, the goal is to sell them. But if I ever do it, then the parameters are pretty similar, because in all of my other tanks, as you know, I keep driftwood and plants, things like that will lower the pH. So this pH stays at around 7.5, and I have other tanks that are right at 6. So my favorite thing about Frontosa really is how graceful they are. They don't, like, a lot of people see aggression within the ranks of their Frontosa, but I really don't. Like, they don't fight amongst each other. They pretty much respect each other's space. I have a big male, and he is the tank boss. I think as long as he gets free dibs on the females, he's fine. He doesn't really keep up too much trouble. Stays behind his big rock